Okay, so this is the folder that I've shared with you in Canvas, and it has everything we need for this particular project for these two pages, pages 10 and 11. One thing that we're going to do is later on, we're going to share this. We're going to turn this Google Drive into URL into a QR code. So we're going to do that. So I'm going to leave this up as a tab. I need to do two things. One is I need to download this sheet music because I'm going to use this as I'm going to use this as an image. So I'm going to have to move that into my desktop folder. And I'm going to come into this PDF that Nathaniel provided, and I'm going to kind of use some of his stuff. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm just going to do a screenshot, and on a PC, that is the Windows image Shift S. So I'm going to do Window image Shift S. It gets dark, and then I'm going to do this. Okay. And then I'm going to click on it because I want to save it. So I'm going to use this little save button. And this is what I'm going to add my desktop folder, and it's going to be new folder. And this is going to be spoke to. Okay. So I'm going to put it in here. Actually, I'm going to call this the head. I'm going to go into spoke to, open, save. Okay, so that's one image that I'm going to use. The other image I'm going to use are these musical notes. So hold on a second. So I'm going to do Windows Shift S, and then I'm going to do these musical notes. I'm going to click on this so that I'm saving it where I want it to be saved. And I don't want it in screenshots. I want to do it in my desktop. And then I want to do it in spoke to. I have too many things on my computer. Open. And then this is going to be notes. You know what? Did I do that correctly? I hope so. Okay. Then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy these program notes. I'm going to copy that. Control C. Okay. So those are kind of some of the things that I'm going to do just to get ready here and make sure that I kind of have the basics here. Okay. So I want to show you two things. One is this is what my desktop folder looks like right now. I have the head, I have the screenshot, and I need to move my that musical thing that I downloaded into there. So here it is. I'm going to go to my desktop, move to desktop. It's not going. Okay. So now I'm going to go into desktop and find it, find my Nathaniel, whatever. Here it is. And I'm going to put it into spoke to. So that's important to just sort of have everything together. And so now I am heading into InDesign. And so here is InDesign. Okay. And I'm going to do a new file. And it's coming here. I'm going up to print. I'm going to do letter. And I'm going to open it up. Okay, on purpose, I didn't do the spread yet. So I'm going to do the spread by coming up here to pages. And I'm going to come down here and I'm going to add 2 pages. Okay, so they're right next to each other here. And I did that so that I can have a spread that are, facing each other and I can see what that is. All right, So now one thing I want to do is I want to add my new rust color, right? So I'm going to go up here to window, and then I'm going to find my swatches, which I am not finding for some reason. So I think it might be hidden. So I'm looking for color. Oh, here it is, swatches. Okay. So remember, this is how I add a color. I come over here and I say new color swatch. And my swatch is the same as yesterday. It is, I have to look over here. It is C18. I tap to the magenta, which is 100, tap to the yellow, 85, tap to black, which is 7. Okay, I'm going to name this uh, Spoke Rust, and then I'm going to click it. Okay, I'm going to close this out. And now I have this blank slate. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to save it. And I'm going to save it into my desktop folder, right? So I'm going to go into Spoke 2. And I'm going to call this Wilkerson K _ Spoke 2. And save it. And I'm going to do a couple things. One is I'm going to just use my shortcut. So instead of going to File to Place, from now on, I'm going to go to Control D to get that. So Control D is placed. And I'm going to go to my desktop folder. So I have everything I need. And I'm going to, first of all, click on this PDF sheet music, which is going to fill my whole, I want to place my PDF. I don't want to open my PDF. I want to place my PDF. And right now I'm going to go into Window. I'm actually going to go to View Entire Pasteboard. And I'm going to do this really big thing. Then I'm going to come over here to Selection. And I'm going to make this, I'm going to do Control Shift so that this will be proportional. And I'm going to put it here. I still need to make it smaller. Control Shift, proportional. I'm going to put it here in the middle. And then I'm going to make it a little bit Control Shift. I want to make it so that it is past here. I'm going to center it. And there I have page 2. Page 2 is easy. Okay. So what I want to do here is I want to place that text I had copied. So I'm going to right here draw a text box. And I'm going to do Control V. And there were a lot of other stuff that was copied. So I'm going to figure that out. Okay. So I have that element. And that's one element I've got. Now I want to do the object code. I want to do the QR code. So I'm going to go back to my drive. I'm going to copy the URL. Okay. Then I'm going to go to my InDesign. And I'm going to do object, generate QR codes right here in the middle. Now, you probably, when you do this, it says plain text or it says something like this. It has to be on web hyperlink. Then I'm going to Control V at the URL here, and I'm going to change the color. This is why I've done the color first. I'm going to make it Spoke Rust, and I'm going to press OK. Okay. And I'm going to do Control Shift. You know what I did? I did something wrong. So I'm going to tell you what I did wrong. When I did this, I still had my text selected. So it put the QR code where the text is. So I'm going to have to add the text all over again. Okay. So I have that image. Now I'm going to place the other things. Control D. I'm going to place my music. And the music is pretty close to that. So I'm going to kind of keep it. Yep. Control Z. I'm going to make sure I have my selection tool. I'm going to move it over. Control Z it again. And then I want to make sure I've got my, for some reason, I'm going to resize that. I'm going to get all my things on here first, and then I'm going to go Control D and get my head. Oh, you know what? Did you see I replaced it again? So I'm going to go back. I'm going to make sure that I'm make sure that I've deselected everything by doing deselect all. Okay. And now I'm going to do my head. And then remember, I'm going to do my text. So now I'm going to do my text by going back to my folder and clicking on that and copying the brief. Control C. And then go back to InDesign. Make sure everything is not selected. And I'm actually going to do it over here to the side for now in my workspace. Control V. I'm going to get rid of, I'm going to keep the headline, but I'm going to get rid of the other things. And then I now have this text, which I'm going to make smaller because I want it just like that. And I now have all of the elements that I need. And so from here, I'd like you to make it look as much like this as you can. Then export it as a PDF and submit it.